Hello, everybody. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, and today we are meeting for another Love Circle. And today, the topic we are talking about is what made me the Love Coach. Today, we are talking about the heart. And even the name of the group is the Heart Healing Sanctuary for Women, because heart does require a level of healing. We have been disconnected from it. And the process that I take my clients through, help them come here. And that is what I'll be sharing today. So let's just start with, today I didn't even make any long notes or anything. I just know this is the stuff I can really talk in my sleep. Why do we get disconnected from heart, or what is even heart when we talk about it in this context? So our physical heart, and we have a physical brain. Our brain, it has its own energy field. Our heart has its own energy field. And those are two powerhouses that we have. One of them gets off balance energetically or physically. Everything in our body starts to get impacted because they are very important. Generally, we pay a lot of attention to our heart, thanks to all the food and lifestyle changes we have gone through, and we don't pay attention to the physical health of our mind, of our brain. So that creates its own imbalance when we are not eating to feed our brain. We are just feeding our stomach or our emotions or rest of our body. So when people start on the path of self-development, it usually starts with mindset. What am I thinking? I need to shift this. I need to shift that. I need to think about things differently. I need to look at things differently. And it feels like there's a battle going on. You want to change the way you're thinking, and then, it pushes back. You're trying to walk through your fear, and your fear pushes back. So that's exactly where I started in 2017. In fact, in 2016 and in 2017, as I completed my first coaching training, my life started to shift in such a massive way. But then there was a plateau. It was like, yes, I have created the change, but what's after it? And my desire wanted me to go so much further. I saw a big change within me, but then I was hitting a wall. And I could see in my inner world that my potential is way much more than where I am right now. So in the beginning of 2019, I discovered the heart, the world of the heart. So the energy of the heart is what I'm going to refer to. It does get created by the physical heart, and they both are interrelated. When the energy of the heart gets out of balance, we do end up having a heart attack or different kind of heart diseases. I'm not going to talk about the physical aspect of that. I am just going to focus on the energy of the heart. So once I discovered that, I did take a 300-hour course to learn the ins and out, and what is the heart playing, what kind of role the heart is playing in the self-development. So this is what I discovered. I'm going to draw a little thing for you guys just for a visual, for those of us who see better in images. So let's say this is the mind, this is us. And here's the mind, and here's the heart, and here's the soul. So the soul comes and lodges into your heart. So when we do have this desire that, this is what I want to achieve, your brain, your mind is just an instrument. It's not the real thing. Think of it that way, that you have the car engine, you have the car, you have the engine, and then you have tires. If you have no tires, you're not going to go anywhere. So we do need tires, but tires are not going to overcompensate for the engine. If you have no engine, there's no car. So you can run on 3 tires, but you can't really run without engine. So more like that type of analogy. So tires would be an instrument. So your brain is an instrument for your soul. but your heart is the plug into your soul. So if you have the desire to live your full potential, to tap into that unlimited energy that is within you, heart is the source. And the leaders that you see around you, or maybe the coaches that you feel so inspired by, most of them have done the hard work. At some point, their mentor did guide them to move from here into the heart. Sometimes it just happens through the process and they are not paying attention. But once I made that switch for myself, I did start seeing that fearless side of me, the side that trusted myself, the side that had this unlimited confidence, and I was just blown away. So then the voice just guided me that you're going to be the person connecting people with their heart and helping them heal their heart. So I followed that path, became the love coach. That is my story, how I got there. But how can you benefit from it? And how you can change your life right now, right here in the next 30 minutes with what I'm going to share. So first, I'm going to start with that why there's even a divide. Why do we think like, this is more important than this, and this is only good, like, so you don't get sick or for your heart attack or whatnot. Like we just focus on cardiovascular diseases and we leave our heart to that. When we are born, we all are living as the soul, that pure nature that we all are born with. So we all are living from our heart. Our awareness is here. You're not going to see a 3-year-old who would say, I have a headache because I was thinking too much. Whenever we have migraine, unconsciously we are overusing our brain and we don't even realize that we are overusing it. That's overusing of that energy. I'm going to let somebody in very quickly, and just going to make sure everything is muted. Okay, perfect. So we all are living from our heart when we are little. And if you can remember how fun it was to live that way, you were not really afraid. You were not even afraid of other people judging you. You just did whatever. You lived from that place of trust and faith. And then our parents had to teach us the fear and the situations and circumstances. They taught us not to trust people. That all comes on later on. That is when we start to disconnect from our heart. We start to move into our mind. When we do experience trauma, now trauma could be something as extreme as sexual abuse, physical abuse, or like, being separated from your parents, maybe one of your parents passing on. It could be that big, or it could be like, you're just parents telling you what's wrong with you, or maybe somebody bullying you in school. It could be that small, it could be that big, but when we experience trauma, when someone is saying something to us that is not in alignment with our truth, that's how I understand trauma. When we get exposed to that, we kind of separate from this place because staying here feels you're too vulnerable. Now you need to create walls around you so you can toughen up, so you can tell the other person, I don't care about what you think about me. Like, that attitude that comes usually in middle school or like, 4th or 5th grade, that attitude starts to come up. That's when we start to moving our awareness from here to here. That is when we start to think, who do I need to be so this person will accept me? And sometimes it's geared towards our parents. Who do I need to be for them so they would love me more, so they would accept me more? Do I need to do good in school? Or if your parents were, let's say you were in a household where parents were fighting a lot, do I need to please mom, please dad? Or do I need to be the peacekeeper? So you're here, you're not here. When you're not here, energetically, a wall got created around your heart. When that wall gets created around your heart, you can't even go there. Even if you try, when I lead my clients the first time on their heart journey, or like first time you're trying to come here, their awareness keep popping back up here. It keeps popping back up here. And for anyone who can see energy or feel energy, they can see it. I can see it. And I'm like, nope, you're back in your head. Come back to your heart. It is a place where we literally travel from here to here. And then we just live here. So when you're living from here, you can be the most successful person. You could be like, the highest getting paid surgeon, lawyer, whatever, like however we see success. But inside, you're going to feel something is missing. And usually around the age of 40, we start to have that feeling because when you're not here, you're not truly in touch with your soul because your soul is lost here, right here. If you're in your mind, yes, you can use it. You can use your perception. Mind has its own faculties, memory, perception, intuition comes under that too, imagination. You can use all of that to create whatever life you're creating, but at the same time, you're gonna feel like something is missing. And sometimes it creates feeling of anxiousness, fearfulness, or slight depression. You might feel a little bit sad. So we call that in our adult life, midlife crisis. This person is passing through 40 and they're just like searching for something. On paper, they're very successful, but they are not satisfied. They don't feel like they are connected with something. So that is soul tugging at you because you're not in your heart. And that is where we are naturally supposed to be. If you look at any animal, like my cat is sleeping right across from me right now, they are in their heart. They know they never get kicked out of that place. So it is very important that we can take this journey from here to here and be able to find that balance where you use your mind when you know, okay, I'm solving a problem. I need to use these faculties of my mind. It's an instrument. It's not your center. Your center is right here. And now let's get into why do you even want to go there, especially as an adult? Why do you even want to go there? First of all, we think of heart when we think about romantic relationship. I gave you my heart, you gave me your heart, or I wear my heart on my sleeves. That is the expression that we use. That is not what heart is. That is just like, you have never learned how to have that emotional mastery where you know where to draw the line and how to protect yourself as well, where you're not abusing yourself. If I'm an overgiving person, I'm just gonna say, I wear my heart on my sleeve. That is something I need to work on within myself, where I know where to stop. If I'm an empathic person, that means that I have not mastered my energy yet. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But we do want to make sure that we understand what heart really is. So we are not living with this mythical concept of this heart that you have no idea because maybe, somebody broke it, somebody took it from you, and now you're like, I'm heartless. So we want to clear all those misconceptions. Your heart is right here and it has its own energy field. Now there's a front energy field of heart and there's a back energy field of your heart. When we experience trauma, we store that energy in our back heart. So if you are a Harry Potter fan and you did watch all the series and you do understand the concept of, I'm going to butcher this word, Crucrux or whatever those things were that Harry had to kill so the villain would get killed. So the concept was that he took his energy and that he put it in these objects so he can never die, but a part of his energy also went into Harry Potter. So he was also one of those things that the bad guy needed to kill. The same way when your parents are fighting in front of you, the energy of that fight, of that argument, a piece of it comes within you, it gets stored in your back heart. When you did experience that abuse, the physical or the sexual abuse when you were a little girl or a little boy, the energy of it did go into your back heart. So back heart is where we store the trauma energy. Back heart is also a way you can enter into the heart. Front heart is also a way you can enter into a heart, depending on what you want to do. We go into the back heart to release and to create. We go into the front heart to become one with the energy of love and also get access to our soul's wisdom. And they both look very different. When you start traveling into your inner world, you start going into your inner eye, they both look very different. You're going to experience them in a very different way because it is an actual place within your own energy field. Now, we are not going to be focused on the back heart. We are going to be focused more on the front heart. So when you go to the front heart, when you do enter that space, it's a very sacred space because your soul is lodged there. When you go there, it's like you're plugging into your soul's energy. You can, you know, that little voice that you hear here and there once in a while, you're like, oh, my soul is talking to me. There's this guidance coming to me. When you actually enter there, you can hear that all the time. You're in direct contact and direct communication with that part of you. And we all came here to live our soul purpose. Then, yeah, we get worried about like, you know, I need to get married by a certain time. I need to have kids by a certain time. I need to have a paid off house and, you know, this much save for my retirement. Yeah, all of that, we get into it. But why we truly came into this world is to live that purpose. And when you start going into your heart, you start to connect with that purpose. You start to know what that purpose is. It's like a knowing. The world will tell you, hey, you're crazy for doing that. But you just know it with so much strength that you cannot back off from it. And living on your purpose is like you never have to work. You're just having fun because it makes you so happy. Because now you are truly living what your soul came here to do. You're becoming the channel for that divine energy to move through you all day long. That does feel good. The second benefit that happens is you become one with energy of love. Now we understand emotion of love. Emotion of love is when I see someone and I just want to adore them. I like what they have in their personality, in their character. Generally, that is conditional love. As soon as that person starts giving me a hard time, I'm like, I'm done with you. Not staying with you. So that is not really energy of love. Energy of love is healing. It heals anything it touches. And that is the love divine has for us. It's not the emotion of love. It's the energy of love that divine has for us. So when you start entering into your heart, you're every day taking out 15, 20 minutes to just be in your heart, be with that awareness. What's happening? You're plugging into that energy of love. You're becoming one with it. So two things are going to happen. Your body is going to start healing. If you have any kind of pain, because that energy goes out and it starts to heal you, you can use that energy and channel it to heal something. And also you start to feel very, very deep sense of love for yourself and for others. Forgiveness becomes so much easier. Even the people you hated at some point or people who piss you off, it becomes so much easier to love them too. You start to see them with a different filter. And that is the magic of energy of love. Well, one of the most wonderful things that happens, that's why this is the center, not this. When you bring your awareness here, or even when I just touch this part like this, because there's an electromagnetic field here, electromagnetic field here. I touch it, they become bigger. Your physical heart sends a signal to your brain that shuts off your lower brain and your higher brain gets activated. So if you're putting your hand over here, you're not going to experience fear. If you are feeling very fearful or anxious and you just put your hand over here, you're literally turning on a different mechanism of energy within your body that is going to awaken your higher mind. Your higher brain is all about like prefrontal cortex. It's all about possibility. This lower part is about survival, fear, doubt, worry. But this part is not. Right away, you're going to start seeing solution and possibilities and other ways of that problem look like. So anytime when you feel like you're feeling so afraid, you're feeling anxious, all you have to do is put your hand on your heart like this. And whatever I teach, friends, I teach it from experience. In August 21, 2021, I was coming home at nighttime on the highway from New York City. Those highways are very busy. And I had a panic attack. And my whole body is going like this. And all the stuff is happening. It was my first time experiencing a panic attack. I do help my clients get over them. I knew exactly what's going on. What was the first thing I did? I put my hand over here. I put a smile on my face. I was driving with one hand. I just lowered my speed. I did not have to pull on the side or call 911 because I knew I can override this energy movement that's happening. And later on, I'll figure out what happened over here that caused it. And I did. Within 4 months, I was able to completely eradicate it from my system. And it didn't come back till now because I was able to catch what thoughts were creating and completely heal that aspect. But in the moment, I knew I need to turn off my lower brain, whatever is going there. In order to do that, all I have to do is put my hand over here. It is very simple. We have everything within us, but if we don't know how it works, we can't really use it. So I did that. This part woken up. And now I can look at everything. Okay, what do I need to do? Lower the speed limit, go stay in the right lane, and try to just cross the bridge. Once I'm in Jersey, I'm good. I can just take rest of the way local. I was able to do that and not really go into panic. So try it. Next time, just put your hand over here. You're feeling extremely sad. Put your hand over here. You're feeling, maybe you're crying. Maybe you're going through a very difficult time, you're crying, but you have to present something in next 10 minutes. And you're like, how do I get over it? Put your hand over here. You're gonna stop crying. I have tried all of this. I have stopped my tears midway, just putting my hand over here. And you're gonna naturally start smiling too, because there's an energetical shift that is happening within your own system that you can override it, overcome it, and you can really start benefiting from the real powerhouse that is here to control this. Now, let's get into how do we move from head to heart. So it's a movement of your awareness. It is something that if you are not big on meditation, or if you have not grasped meditation as a practice yet, that you can just go into a zone and you can disconnect with everything. If your skill is not at that level, just try this every day. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take you guys into the heart as a journey. It might take 5-10 minutes. You can follow along with me, or you can just listen to it and, just practice it on your own later on. You can bring a question there, because it's almost like you're going to meet your soul. You're going to meet your soul. The connection is going to be really clear. You can ask anything you want. And I'm going to show you a way how you can allow that awareness to come forward. But the more you practice, the voice is just going to talk to you. The more you practice, you'll just close your eyes and you don't have to do any fancy visualization or anything, and you'll be right in your heart. Like as I am talking, I have already switched my awareness to be in my front heart. You can feel the difference in my voice. If you can see the energy, you can also feel the energy has gone more relaxed, calm, mellow, because right now my awareness is in my front heart. So you'll be able to do that with practice. But this is how we started. So ready? We're just going to close our eyes. We're going to really relax our body. Take a couple of deep breaths. When we bring in more oxygen into our system, we are bringing more energy. And also exhale all the old energy. And inhale. And now bring your awareness in the middle of your hand, as if you're a tiny ball and you're in the middle of your head. Look around the room, how it looks different than looking through your eyes. And now move into your mouth. Feel your mouth. Look around the room. How does the room look different from your mouth? By the way, your whole body has the ability to see. And that's what we are tapping into right now. And now we're going to move lower into your throat. And from that place, look around the room. How does the room look like? And now come in the middle of your chest. Bring your awareness there. Just look at the room, how it looks different. And now imagine you're standing in a beautiful forest. It's a beautiful, lush forest. It's a midday, so the sunlight is coming through the leaves. The forest floor is full of ferns, and you're feeling very, very safe. You're feeling safe. You're connected with this space. The temperature is perfect. And the breeze is perfect. And you look around. There's no one else around you. But for some reason, you're feeling very, very safe. It feels like this is your forest. While you're standing there, you see a light at a distance. And out of curiosity, like a little kid, you're walking towards that light. And when you get there, you see that it's actually the start of a pathway. It's a pink pathway. And you feel very curious to step on it. You want to find out where it's leading. So you step on this pink pathway, and as you go a little further, you realize it's lined by cherry blossom trees. So the pink that you're seeing are pink flower petals. And the fragrance is just so beautiful. And you start to walk on this pathway. It's very inviting, as if there's an energy that's pulling you inward. It's taking you somewhere. And you see a pink mist in the distance. There's something behind that mist that you're not aware of, but you're very curious. And at the same time, you're feeling very, very safe. And as you pass through the mist, you see a dome-shaped building. It's a beautiful building in the distance. And you're curious to see what's inside it. As you get closer to that building, which is at the end of the pathway, you see a magical being, an angelic being at the door of this dome. And this dome is your front heart. This is the sacred space of your heart. And this angelic being has been placed at the opening to protect it, to guard it, because this is a sacred place. And the being knows you, and you know the being. And now this being would appear to you however your imagination will take it. And it's going to be different for everybody. It might be just right for you. And as you approach to that place, the being knows you're here. It smiles at you. And you're smiling back because it almost feels like you're coming back home. You're coming to a place that you belong to. And you open the door and you enter in this dome-shaped building. As you go inside, it's a one big room with a dome ceiling and a beautiful room. Touch the walls of this room. What color they are for you. Go all around this room. How does it look like? How does it feel like to be in this place? The temperature here is perfect. Now feel this room. What is it saying to you? What is the feeling that's coming up within you? And now you see a small bookshelf in a corner, and there's a very comfortable chair next to it. As you go close to that bookshelf, a book just pops out. Take that book out, and you can just sit on the chair, a very cozy, comfortable chair. And now as you open the book, it's your life. Every single thing that has gone in your life up till this moment. And when you come to this moment, you see the next page empty. If you did come in here with a question, ask that question and let the answer appear. Whatever you want to ask, you can ask and let the answer show on the page. And if you don't see any answer, it's okay. Come back here often, and you're going to start building that trust with your soul, with your heart, a connection that you're going to let your guard down and just start receiving. And you can put the book back and walk to the middle of the room and just sit in the middle of the room and feel the love this room has for you. Just feel it. Let it get absorbed in every single cell of your body. And now send this love back to the room where you're reciprocating the love that you have received. This is the energy of love that you're absorbing right now. You can even project this energy towards a problem that you're facing right now that you would like the perfect solution to appear. Energy of love heals anything it touches. And now it's time to go. Stand up and you start walking towards the door, looking back, knowing that you'll be back here. You come outside and you look at the beam and you smile back, knowing that you'll be back. Now, when we're going to go back on the pathway, I want you to walk backward, respecting this being, this divine being that has been protecting your heart. And out of respect, you walk backward. And once you've gone a distance and you're closer to that pink mist that you passed through, then you turn around and start walking back to the forest. And when you come off of the pathway back into the forest, feel that sense of ease in your body, as if you just met with your long lost friend and you have changed. You're not the same person anymore. You come back to the same spot in the forest where we started, and then you take a deep breath, and then you can open your eyes. So once you open your eyes, if you are on Facebook, you can share in your comment. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can share in your comment how you felt. But this is how we are going to use it. So we just took the journey into our heart. The next time when you want to go into your heart, or you want to ask a question from your deeper self, from your soul, just close your eyes. Imagine you're in a forest, go through the pink pathway and go into the room that you saw. Go back there often so you become familiar with it. And after a couple of tries, try this. Just close your eyes and imagine you're already in that room. That will be the next level. If you feel like that is becoming easier, that's what you can start doing. But after that, try keeping your eyes open and just being in that room. When you're giving a presentation, when you're talking to somebody, having a difficult conversation, or talking about, like, big stuff that does make you feel a little bit unstable, when you bring your awareness into that room as if you're just sitting there, or you're just present there, and you talk from that place, the outcome is going to be very different, because your heart center is going to be so open that the other person's heart centers start to open as well. So let's say you have to negotiate your salary. Let's just say you have to do that. You're talking from that from your heart, like your awareness, you are in that little room that we just went to, the dome-shaped room. You're there and you're talking from that place. What's happening? Your boss's heart energy center is opening. So the decision is going to be very different. Now, let's say you have to have a difficult conversation with a family member. And you're like, I'm not sure, they'll get mad. They'll, like, what can happen? We might end up in a big argument. Talk from that place. Imagine you're already in that room, in that dome-shaped building, and you're talking from that place. The conversation is going to be very different. It's going to be a conversation of connection, of understanding, of trust, and there's not going to be any screens caused. Because this is what happens when my heart energy center open, and if, let's say, you are sitting in the proximity of me, you're in the same room, your heart center would open and you would have no control over it. Because energy mimics energy, and there's no conscious or unconscious involved, you'll have no control over it unless you're an energy master and you know how to close your energy. And you also can tell that, my heart is open and yours is opening. It is such a cool trick that you can use when you're sitting on a dinner table. Your heart energy opens, everyone else's heart energy opens, and people just come together and they connect on a deeper level. And what's going to happen pretty soon, people are going to start saying, what are you doing? You just look different. You feel different. Because that energy of love starts to kind of start to surround you. People can feel love coming from you. I get that compliment all the time. And I do my best all the time, every single day, to keep coming to my heart. And when I get angry or I get upset and I want to yell at my son, my awareness is right here. I'm thinking about all the things. And then I bring it back here. I'll keep coming back here. Especially if I am meeting with somebody, I do my best to keep my awareness over here so I can connect with them. The way I experience relationships now is so different. after discovering my heart and heart energy center and being there. Now I can have a conversation with a complete stranger and connect with them in less than 30 seconds without using any like fancy human behavior science or any of that. You don't ever have to worry about creating rapport with people. Come into your heart opens, their heart open, all of a sudden they like you. So this is the best rapport hack you can implement. And that's what I live by, and that's what I practice. And of course, there will be some people they're not gonna like you because they are not an energy match with you. And even if you try to set up a meeting with them, it's just not gonna work out because that is not in alignment with your soul's energy or your soul path. So it makes everything so much easier. So that is all I had for today, moving from head to heart, connecting with your heart and using that benefit. One last thing before we end, it just came to me when I was talking. Another way energy of love can help you is by protecting you. So let's say you think you already know that someone hates you, they want bad for you. Send them, like literally put your hands like that and imagine from your heart, you're sending them energy of love. You don't have to do anything else. When you send someone energy of love, anything that is coming to you that's harmful, it bounces back. That's what energy of love does. It literally creates a shield around you. You might have heard that a mom's love protects the child. So it's that energy of love that actually protects. You can protect yourself, you can protect your kids. You can just imagine that energy of love is surrounding them. All you need is intention, and something is happening in the etheric world, in the energetical world that our eyes cannot see. Some people can see. I still can feel sometime here and there. I can see things in my inner eye. Some people naturally have that talent. You don't have to have that talent. You can just make the intention that that's what I'm doing. And if you feel like somebody is feeling sad, something is happening in somebody's life, and maybe you're concerned about your friend, about your sibling, about your parents, again, send them the energy of love. It heals anything it touches. And once you are in touch with your own heart, you can help so many people heal without them ever knowing about it. It's a magical place to be, and it is a real powerhouse. So that is all for today. I'm sending so much love to all of you, and I'll see you next Thursday. Sending love. Bye.